Good evening, race fans and people watching across the world. You're watching live on Ultimate Dirt TV. From the fires from down under, it's Brett Wheeler and myself, Stephen McMillan from the foggy state of Arkansas. We have around about 30 drivers signed up tonight so far. And tonight's races, if you did not watch Sunday night, they're a little bit different. There'll be no qualifying. Brett, it's all going to be random draw on how you get to the front.
Yeah, well, we speak about a bit of luck during not only the racing side of things, but especially you need a little bit of luck on your side to get that main event win. Well, that luck you need it from the start of the night with this randomized pill draw. So if you can have that luck, if you can start up front in your heat race, well, you've certainly got a good chance at being at the front towards the end of the A main tonight.
Well, one thing that we saw on Sunday night, we saw a three-time champion, a World of Outlaw champion, not make the future grid the first time ever that he's ever missed a start in the World Thunder Racing Series. All because of the new format. He started dead last, was involved in a wreck, Brett, in his heat race. It started dead last in the B main and came up one position short.
Yeah, well, again, that just goes to show you the level of competition here at the World of London, and this is why we are the best in the business. I mean, you got guys that, World of Outlaws are racing champions, not been able to make the show, and consider what he's done over the past 3 seasons where he's been able to pretty much dominate the entire series, to not make that show. That throws a spanner in the works for the points championship later on and going towards the end of the season.
Definitely. I mean, he has his foot in the ground or in a hole right now, and he's going to have to work to get it out. Um, One thing that we have seen, also was we got to see new faces up front and in dashes this past Sunday night.
Yep, that indeed we did. But Steve, as the practice session is done, you know what it's time for. It's time for heat number 1.
That's right. Let's get ready for your starting grid, the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid right now. All right, starting your front row tonight. In the car number 18, it's Tanner Folds. On his outside, in the car number 269, it's James Grace. Dustin Sizemore will start inside the second row. On his outside, it's Jarrett Murphy. Third row inside is Chris Cox. He did not make the grid. Either did Patrick Solari. So then it'd be Tyler Walton and Mario Perez on his outside. Then starting ninth tonight, this is Joshua Hessen and Jordan Casey. Mitch Stiles will bring up the rear.
We talk about luck, Steve. Jordan Casey, one of these fast drivers that we normally see up front. He's got a bit of Blake Majulis about him tonight, starting at the back of his heat race. We'll see if that number 42 machine for D1RT Racing can make its way forward. It's going to be a tough road, but we'll keep an eye on that number. In fact, he's running a 32. What's going on with that one?
Well, that's kind of different to see him in there, but hey. Something that, well, maybe that is his car for tomorrow night.
Ah, yes, that would be. Yes. All right, Steve, it's all yours.
All right. Pace truck looking to pull off into turn number 4. The drivers will be getting off on the lap, but a green flag is out. Tanner Folds leads the field. The 25 of Jarrett Murphy heavy on. James Grace going to turn number 1. Look at Dustin Sizemore pulled away in the bottom of the second spot. You look at Mitch Stiles, he draws back a little bit, but Jordan Casey is moving up in a hurry. He's passed 3 cars in less than a lap. They're 3 wide for the third spot. James Grace, Jarrett Murphy, and the 71 of Mario Perez.
Oh, look who's just made his way up into the top 5, that 42 machine. Jordan Casey from position number 10. 3 wide down into turns 3 and 4 we go. The 71 Perez just got a little bit of a bump there from Murphy in that 25. They still go 3 wide now, 2 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Tell you what, I'm enjoying seeing Tanner Fold and Dustin Sizemore up front, but Steve, this battle is on for the final transfer spot.
Yes, he is. And last season, the car number 25, Jarrett Murphy, was your Auto Body Pro late model champion. And he's running that last spot to make it into the future race tonight. As you look at Dustin Sizemore as the exit turn number 2, he falls back behind Tanner Folds, but he tried to do something underneath It just looks like he might be tied down just a little bit. Oh, Jarrett Murphy. Oh, they're 3 wide. Oh, this. Oh, well, they saved it. Look at that. Oh, Murphy in the back of the 38 car right there. Walk.
Tell you what, these pro late model guys are not afraid to use the bumper or use any sort of panels. They go 4 wide off turn number 4, Steve. You don't see it often, but when it happens, boy, it's a sight to see, and you don't like to see the end result. Tyler Walton going upside down in turns number 1 and 2. We continue on as we're going to complete lap number 6 this time by.
That was interesting right there. But look at Dustin Sizemore. You have company, sir. Jordan Casey, look underneath of Dustin Sizemore into turn number 1 as they're in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Come down turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Sizemore with the advantage, with the momentum, but they're still side by side for that second spot. Sizemore trying to get around Folds. Has to slow down a little bit as they exit turn number 4 to complete lap number 7. 2 laps to go. Or white flag, my bad. I'm 1 lap behind, Brett. As you see, Folds going down, protecting that bottom line from Jordan Casey to 32. Out of turn number 4. They're side by side contact. Folds into the wall.
That was dirty.
That was, yeah,
That was just straight up filth.
So the finishing order would look like this: Jordan Casey, Dustin Sizemore, Tater Folds, Mario Perez, Jarrett Murphy, James Grace, Tyler Watkins, Joshua Hessen, and Mitch Stiles.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that last move, not going to lie.
Well, Brett, it's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 2, sir.
Alright, heat race number 2, your front row, your entire grid is going to look like this. Starting on pole, if he makes it in, it'll be, normally he runs in 222 machine in the sprint cars, but it's going to be Western Newell, scheduled to start at a P1. P2 is going to be the principal, Jason Skinner. Brett Fair will line up at a position 3. Dalton Cloyd will line up at a position 4. Joshua Burton will round out the top 5. John Alatic will start position 6. Austin Carr, the Cuban, at a position 7. Tyler Batten lining up at a position number 8. Christopher Long at a position 9. And 10th is going to be Kenneth Payne. And we can tell you that the inside row is going to move up. So Brett Fair will in fact now start position 1. Joshua Burton will start position 3. Austin Carr will start position 5 with Christopher Long starting position 7. 9 cars. Heat number 2, 8 on the board. Your top 3. Steve going to go through to the main event. And I think we'll keep an eye on John Alatic, who starts mid-pack in this one. But also we'll keep an eye on that $1 Million Motorsports number 013 machine, I think it is.
Yes, it is. And, you know, Brett, one thing we both have watched. Well, I don't know if you've been watching. Well, you were at a broadcast with me Saturday night. I mean, we've watched this guy actually from last year to this year improve like 1,000%. And I mean, he's making A mains. He's running consistent. Even if he don't make it, he's at top.
Yeah, look, he's certainly been on the up and on the improve, that's for sure. But the lights are out on the pace truck. Green flag set to fly this time by. Pace truck will go to the infield. And it's going to be Brent Fair who will lead this field of 9 pro late models around the Knoxville Raceway 8 times, 8 circuits, essentially 4 miles. Green flag is out, run away heat number 2 with Brent Fair getting a good jump on the rest of the field to make their way through turn number 1 and 2 for the first time. As we'll keep an eye on Skinner in that 00 machine running second. Then we go back to Burton, who is now under all sorts of pressure right now by the Elite 7 number 1 machine. The Elite 7 racing number 1 of Austin Carr. He moves into that third and final transfer spot. And you know he's not done with just yet, Steve.
No, he's not. You look at Burton. He makes it 3 wide coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And Joshua Burton in that 4th spot now. He got Dalton Clyde in his hip pocket. Right now, look at Austin Carr in that 2nd spot with Jason Skinner in his hip pocket in the final transfer. As you look at Brett Fair, as he has led so far 2 laps of the 8 as they're in turn number 3, fixing to exit turn number 4. Brett Fair will lead lap number 3 of 8. 5 laps to go. As you look at Austin Carr trying to put some pressure through, he's getting to the side of him As they exit turn number 2, down the back straightaway they will go. Fair with the momentum and a run into turn number 3. Fair run the middle groove, car run the bottom. As car gets a run off of turn number 4, they're side by side to the flag stand and Be Fair leading the lap number 4. Brett, what a good race for up front, and this is something you normally don't see.
Yeah, well, look at this Austin car trying to peek to the outside as they went into turns 3. Now we'll try and duck it inside, trying to set him up for an inside move. He will make the move to the inside, will make the pass for the race lead. Austin Carr will lead lap number 5, 3 to run. Down we go into turn number 1 and 2. Carr leads Fair. Then we go back to Skinner holding on just at the moment over Burton in the 19 machine. And Burton, he's got heavy pressure from Dalton Cloyd, and I'm surprised at John Alatic right there. He's fallen back to 8th position. Not sure if he had contact or whatnot, but man, you don't normally see John Alatic at the back of a heat race compared to where he started 1 to go.
No, you normally don't. And bring us home, sir.
We'll come out of turn number 4 this time by the white flag. The virtual white flag flies. The pillowcase is out here, so just 4 more turns, and Brent Fair really hot on the heels of the number 1 machine. Didn't let him get too far away. In fact, he peeks a sneak to the inside. He's got a front bumper up on that inside. They go down into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Car through the middle, too strong, too fast, and too good. Austin Carr with the win. Second, going to go to Brent Fair. Skinner will grab third. Those 3 drivers will lock into tonight's 60 lap main event. Then we go back to Cloyd, Burton, Payne, Long, Alatic, and then Tyler Batten to round out this 9-car field. So some exciting heat racing action here at the Knoxville Raceway, Steve, for the Hub Sim Racing Pro Late Model Series.
That's right. You've been waiting for me to say that. That's right. Hey, you know what time it is? Your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. All right, the final heat race of tonight. On your front row is Robert Tucker. Outside of him is Scott Schroyer. Your second row inside it, car number 14 is Chad Prescott, and is outside. Car number 45 is Barry Sorensen. Your third row inside, car number 29 is Trent Miller, and is outside Todd Hook. Travis Card will start 8th tonight, with Terrell Payne starting 9th, and Eric Scalf will bring up the rear starting 10th. And going back to heat race number 1, Jordan Casey will receive an EOL in the future race, so he will start dead last in the future race tonight. Just in case some people are wondering at home, watching in, what kind of stuff. And you know, one thing about it, Brett, I'm really impressed with my admin group that I got. I will say BJ has taken the helm and it's allowed me to do other things that I have not been able to do in 7 prior seasons. And you know how grateful I am for that. Very grateful. And he's making calls. I can hear him talking to the drivers. It makes a difference when you have a good admin on your side.
Yeah, certainly does. The wheels don't turn just without a little bit of help. But of course, you do need some sort of help when it comes to a prestige league like this. You know, you want to be the best, and well, you certainly got the best team behind you, buddy. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir. All right, the work fixing to go green flag racing for 8 laps for the final heat race tonight. Heat race number 3, as we look as Robert Tucker and Scott Schroyer on your front row. And car number 57, it's Chad Prescott and Barry Sorensen on his outside in the 0. Green flag is out. Robert Tucker on the loud pedal. He gets a good little jump on there. As he goes into turn number 1, Rod Tucker running the middle of the track, in the middle of turns number 1 and 2, exiting turn number 2 on a back straightaway. He's going to have heavy pressure. They're 3 wide into turn number 3. Car number 14, Chad Prescott to the lead. Chad, Robert Tucker, in the hit pocket. They're 3, 2 wide there. Brett, look at the 26 car up to 5th. He's passed 5 cars.
Yeah, look, they are all over the racetrack through turn number 3 and 4. We go for the second time here in heat race number 3. And well, tell you what, Prescott, Tucker, Schroyer, there's a whole bunch of cars. Travis Card, Scouse, Sorensen. I mean, you can literally throw a blanket over him.
That's right. How old is the 45 car? Is he 12? 12 years old. Barry Sorensen in the 45 B car. I mean, even though he's in 6th place right now, he's putting heavy pressure on Scott Schroyer in the 57. It just shows you any age. Did you just get to see that little thing Kyle Larson posted, on the interview about how iRacing drivers are probably better than most NASCAR drivers?
Well, I mean, he wouldn't be wrong. I mean, I've seen some horrible drivers, not only in real world, but in the sim. But I mean, you can't take away from people that that are wanting to have a go. Hey, quickly, I'm just going to give a shout out to the fiance Amy, Mason, and Ella, who are actually watching on the big screen out in the lounge room. Although they can hear me in here, I just want to give them a shout out because I know they're watching.
All right. Well, hello, Amy and Mason. And Dylan. Dylan. I get your name right, I promise, sweetheart. As we complete lap number 6 on the board, 2 laps to go. The white flag will be coming out this time. As you look right now, that final transfer spot getting heavy pressure. Eric Scalf and Travis Carr battling hard there. White flag will come out for your race leader of Shad Prescott. He's also last night's truck winner on the dirt. Or that was check flag. I'll still lap. No.
Yeah, final lap this time by into 3 and 4 of the 14 of Prescott. You're going to come out of turn 4 victorious by some over 1 second, 1.5 seconds I reckon it's going to be as they come across the line. They're about 1 point, just shy of 1.1 second. There we go, results up on screen. Prescott, Tucker and Card all going through. Sorensen, Schroyer, Payne, Miller, Hook, Scalf and Halliday all go through to the preliminary mains.
Well, it's B main action time. Coming up, top 7 from each B main will make it to the future, and it's 10 laps long. And Brett, we're going back to the admins, and we say, I'm telling you what a good group. I will say BJ's came a long way. A lot of people just know the voice of World of Thunder is me. What they don't know is people behind the scenes. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that does stuff for us, like the website and that's going to be like Daniel. I mean, you do stuff for us behind the scenes. That's a lot of people don't understand what goes on behind actually running a racing league.
Well, yeah, as you said, it doesn't just revolve around the one person. A whole bunch of people, do have to chip in and do their part as well. And, without these people that make this all possible, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
That's right. And let's go ahead and do our starting grid at Ultimate Dirt TV. Anytime. All right, starting in front row, it's Mario Perez and Barry Sorensen. On your second row inside, it's Joshua Burton and James Grace. Terrell Payne will start 5th, and Christopher Long will start 7th. Or start 6th. Starting 7th is Joshua Hessen is outside Todd Hook. Tyler Batten will start 9th tonight. They're getting a 1 lap to go signal. As we have the 1 lap to go as you look at Mario Perez and Barry Sorensen. As BJ Duvall giving the field the commands of what to do. He's telling them to tighten them up. We're going green this time as you look at slow and steady pace of Mario Perez and 12-year-old Barry Sorensen will lead the field to be main number 1. Top 7 to the future. Green flag is out. Mario Perez a loud battle. We're off. He gets a good jump. He goes to the high side in turn number 1. Look at 19 car. That is Burton into that second spot. As you look, Sorensen battling back underneath. James Grace also going underneath. James Grace in that 3rd spot now. Burton and Grace side by side for that 3rd and 4th spot. Terrell Payne currently in 5th. Christopher Long 6th. Todd Hook 7th. Tyler Batten 8th. Joshua Hessen is 9th. As you look at Mario Perez running the high side, the exit turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Barry Sorensen continues to run 2nd. Terrell Payne now in that 3rd spot. James Grace now moves up into 4th. Joshua Burton in 5th. That's your top 5. Todd Hook, Tyler Batten, Christopher Long, and Joshua Hessen rounds out your field.
just looking at this 6th, 7th, and 8th position as well between Batten, Hook, and Long. Top 7 go through from this B main number 1. So essentially, 2 guys going to miss out. Joshua Hessen looks like he might be one of those guys. He's about a second off the pace behind the guy in the 7th position. Happens to be Tyler Batten. And again, all these drivers pretty much running a single file. 3/4 of the way up the racetrack through turns 1 and 2, and they'll do the same through the 3 and 4 as Batten just gives himself a little breathing space right now to that number 17 car of Christopher Long, who happens to be just on the outside looking in.
That's right. As we complete lap number 5. 5 down, 5 to go. This time for Mario Perez in the 71. And this 12-year-old of Barry Sorensen in second. Is he starting to close the gap on the 71 as the exit turn number 4 down the front straightaway, Brett? What good running for this 12-year-old. What great talent. Last season we had a woman actually complete a feature race. And, we got people 12 years old. Even 13 winning races in the World Thunder.
Well, you got to think about it. These young kids. They've certainly got the talent and the ability. And of course, one of those kids that comes to mind is, and he ran here. In fact, he ran here on Sunday night. Logan Rumsey, in fact, qualified for the Norman World Championships, but because of his age, he was ineligible to compete in the Pro Series. So, it just goes to show you that these kids are, they're not only being able to compete with the best in the business and on the sim, but they can also win races, and they can do it at a young age.
Yes, that had to be heartbreaking for him. Battle for lead, Barry Sorensen into the lead as they exit turn number 4. He's side by side Mario Perez. Mario Perez will inch him. White flag is out. As you look as the battle carries on as Perez down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look at Barry Sorensen's slide job. Cannot complete it. They're side by side. Exit turn number 4. Perez with the momentum. It's going to be Mario Perez, Barry Sorensen, Terrell Payne, James Grace, Joshua Burton, Todd Hook, Tyler Batten, Christopher Long, and Joshua Hessen. You know what, Brad? I just heard Barry Sorensen talk on there. And I remember being on Xbox and stuff like that, PlayStation 4, and we used to call those people the squeakers. Don't talk. Don't say a word.
Not gonna lie, still do.
Yep, and to see this proves something to extremes that it's no longer an age thing. It's more of we're all on an even playing field. All right, Brett, you ready? It's the Ultimate Dirt TV starting lineup.
All right, another 10 laps on the board. Your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B main number 2. Looks like this. Starting on pole, car number 12, that's Dalton Cloyd on his outside. In car 25, Jarrett Murphy. Inside second row, car 57, Scott Schroyer. On his outside, it's Kenneth Payne. Inside third row, out of position 5, car 38 of Tyler Walton. On his outside, in car 29, Trent Miller. John Alatic will line up in car number 60, out of position number 7. In car 27, it's Mitch Stiles, out of position number 8. Eric Scow lining up out of position at 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. It didn't grid. Neither did, in fact, Trent Miller. So that is going to put 8 cars. I'll get that right eventually. 8 cars on the track. Steve, 7 of these cars go through. 1 car, unfortunately, is going to miss tonight's 60-lap main event.
And that's something you don't want to see, is something like that happen. Especially that one driver knowing there's only one not going to make it, and just knowing that is sometimes heartbreaking because you're like, who is it going to be? All right, lights are out on the base track. Brett, bring us to the start of the race.
That indeed I can do. Pace truck will move to the infield of the racetrack into turn 4. Sprint car capital of the world, Knoxville Raceway. B main number 2, the Hub Sim Racing Pro Late Models here. And probably one of the most iconic tracks in all of motorsports, and Dalton Cloyd is going to get that good jump over the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. Then we go back, battle on for third right now. Kenneth Payne and the 38 car of Tyler Walton. They run side by side behind them. Alatic and Schroeder. Then you go back to the MDM drivers of Scalp and Styles as well. We got one car slowing up there. That's the 38 car of...
Tyler Watt get a black flag.
Oh, okay. So very interesting to see that 38 card. We'll see if we can get a reason as to why that black flag has come out for the number 38 machine, but that will take him out of the equation for tonight's race, out of this 8-car field. And as I said, top 7 go through, so all 7 cars on the racetrack are going to go through. But Steve, it's all about 5 positions right now, because each car you pass, essentially that's 1 row, 2 positions that you don't have to do throughout the 60-lap main events.
Yes, and it had to be something to do with the start of the race. He must have jumped the start, because iRacing is the one that gave him a black flag for it. And, you know, in World Thunder iRacing League, we do not clear black flags. That we did Sunday night because we had a goof up with the iRacing. But we do not clear black flags or give wave rounds. So, unfortunately, he would have to make unscheduled pit stop. Or drop to the rear, whatever the black flag is telling him to do.
Either other, now, race control will get that figured out. As we continue, as we're watching on screen right now, car number 2 of Kenneth Payne. We're in fact going to go on board right now with the number 25 of Jarrett Murphy. Let's just we'll stop talking and listen in for a lap or two and get the see how these drivers can get around the Knoxville Raceway.
As you see, Dalton Clyde in the 30, leading lap number 7 of 10. And Jarrett Murphy, your last year's Ron Bishop Auto Bodies points champion. That was the development series. He was your points champion. As you see John Elitek in that 3rd spot in the car number 125. If you look, Kenneth Payne putting pressure on Elitek as they cross the start-finish line. As they got 2 laps to go. 2 laps for the 30 car of Dalton Clyde. Cloyd.
Good times, good times.
Yes.
One to run, Steve. It's Cloyd leading through turn number 1 and 2. Then we go back to Murphy in that 2nd position. And again, there'll be no change to the orders throughout the top 7 cars, but through 3 and 4 for the final time, Steve. It's going to be Dalton Cloyd picking up the win here in B main. Number 2 will transfer along with Jarrett Murphy, John Elitek, Kenneth Payne, Eric Scalf rounding out your top 5. Mitch Stiles and Tyler Walton. Well, we thought we had a black clear, but no, there it is. Scott Schroyer there home in 7th, and Tyler Walton there home in position number 8.
All right, we're at the final practice, the last 3 minutes for these drivers to warm up and see what they have underneath them under their setups as they adjust. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to be in a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the feature race. All right, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. You're watching the World Thunder Pro Late Ball Series. For the 60-lap main event, these drivers will take the first 5 laps. We're going to do the 4 wide salute to you. Don't forget, Jordan Casey will be giving the EOL, moving to the back of the field for the feature race. All right, it's time for your starting lineup for the 60-lap main event with the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. All right, starting your front row tonight. A car number 40, or what car was that again? It'd be Jordan Casey and Austin Carr, your front row, with Jordan Casey going to the rear.
Chad Prescott and Dustin Sizemore start positions 3 and 4.
Starting fifth tonight is Brett Fair and Robert Tucker.
Tanner Folds out of position 7. Jason Skinner lines up out of position number 8.
Starting ninth tonight be Travis Card and Mario Perez.
11th position, Dalton Cloyd and Barry Sorensen out of position 12.
Starting 13th tonight is 25 of Jarrett Murphy and Terrell Payne.
John Alatick out of position 15 and James Grace out of position 16.
Kenneth Payne and Joshua Burton be 17th and 18th starting spots.
Out of position 19, Eric Scalf, and out of position number 20, it's Todd Hook.
21st is Mitch Stiles and Tyler Batten.
And your 23rd and final starter in car 57 is Scott Schroyer.
All right.
Now remember that 32 machine, the 32S now, Jordan Casey, been given an EOL for tonight's main event, so he's going to start dead last in this field. How far will he get up through the field? Well, only time will tell, but I'll tell you what a juicy front row this is produced right now with Shad Prescott lining up against Austin Carr, Steve.
I know this is going to be a good one. Last night, Shad Prescott won the truck race that we had. I mean, whew, he had it going. You know, it was a fun race. We got to see Jeremy Cabrone race in it. Some other drivers.
I did happen to, as I said, catch a glimpse of that throughout the heat race and throughout the feature event. So, but Steve, let people know, of course, why we're not going green, as these drivers are getting into the most famous site in all of motorsports.
Sorry, did a little bit of risk throw. There we go. There we go. I had to get on there a little bit. All right, these drivers are now starting to form 4 wide.
Yeah, I thought we were going with the old 3 wide power ice salute or the USAC salute, where they go 3 wide. But hey, nonetheless, they are in a 4 wide salute, and some of these drivers might not be familiar with how to do this, Steve. But of course, with the coach and guidance of yourself, these drivers have they've certainly produced a fantastic 4 wide. I gotta say, that's pretty clean.
Definitely looks awesome and spotless right there. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. They're showing out what the drivers could do on the weekend. So great job to BJ getting these drivers lined up.
All right, so a reminder, this 60-lap A main event is not too far away from going under the green flag conditions again. We're just awaiting this 4 wide to finish, which these drivers should break away from that tradition here in a second. Once they do break away from that formation, once we get onto lap 5 of 65, and now of course now we see the timer start to take over. Again, that's just due to the time restrictions and what iRacing or ATVO thinks how fast these cars are going at this speed. They wouldn't get the entire 65 laps in rolling around at this pace, but let's say pick up the gas, you'll see a lap number of 65, and again 60 lap main event. These first 5 laps was to do the 4 wide salute and of course serve any penalties for any drivers. Not this time, but the following time by Steve. As the intensity builds, the anticipation is not too far away from letting these drivers know. There's the 465 backup on the ticker there under the iRacing.com logo. Of course, before we go any further, of course, give a shout out, of course, to Dirt Fan, the Hub Sim Racing, Wicked Cushion, and of course, World of Thunder Racing League. And Steve, tomorrow night, we've got a bit of racing as well here in the World of Thunder Racing League.
I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm talking to the people in the race. As lights go out, we're going green. So basically, we have the wingless 360 sprint cars, and we're going to delay it the time just a tad bit because I've been told the dirty old bastards are running their wingless stuff, and some of the drivers want to come over. So we're going to hold it off for like 15 minutes or so. But it'll be at about 10:15 Central Time, 11:15 Eastern Time. We'll get it started tomorrow night, Brett.
Tell you what, I'm actually super pumped about that because you know where we go tomorrow night, Steve?
Where do we go?
Louisville, baby!
Green flag is off, and you look at Shad Prescott to an early lead into turn number 1. As you see Shad Prescott, but look at the 013 of Brett Fair. Tried to put pressure going into battling for second spot there with Austin Carr, the Cuban. As they come out turn number 4, I'm really impressed with this young man. Gosh, and already out on the racetrack, Brett. Let's see what the Wicked Cushion instant replay will show us. Hey, it's all right, because I'm not going to throw you under the bus like you did Saturday or Sunday, threw me under the bus.
Don't know what you're on about, Steve. I would never throw you under the bus, mate, but the 26th of Eric Scalf. Here it is, see? Wicked Cushion instant replay. Brett Wheeler on the cameras is all over it like a fat kid on a cupcake. There's Eric Scalf having some contact. Going down into turn 3 with the 2 car of Kenneth Payne, and then slides up in front of Burton in the 19 car. The 21 Tyler Batten getting involved in that one just a little bit, but unfortunately, yellow flag flies for the first time tonight, and we really shouldn't see too many of these, Steve, because the track is it is starting to widen out, and once this topside groove goes away as we come back live from the virtual Knoxville race, once that topside goes away, you're going to see a lot of drivers work that bottom side of the racetrack, and you'll know when it comes in too, because you'll see cars coming from the back, and again, we'll keep an eye on Casey, who, mind you, is up to 15th already.
Wow, look at that guy go, and I believe it's lights out on the racetrack. Wow, we're going to do single file restart here. Nose to tail as the flag stand is the cone for these drivers, so that means no pass until they hit the flag stand. And you look at the MDM driver of Brett Fair, currently in that 3rd spot. When the caution came out, he was doing heavy pressure on the Cuban. Dustin Sizemore right behind him, and you got another MDM driver of Robert Tucker in 5th. Green flag is out. Look at Brett Fair trying to look underneath of the Cuban as they're, he's side by side with him as they exit turn number 2. He's on the berm, loses a spot. Dustin Sizemore comes into 3rd spot now on running the high side as Brett Fair try to keep it together as you got a slew of MDM drivers right there, Brett.
Yeah, there's a number of them now battling it out to inside the top 5, and a couple of them battling it out to maybe get that final spot on the podium. And then this is their chance, of course, with Casey having to serve that EOL and coming from the back of the bus. Now Brent Fair in the 013 machine. He'd done it on the bottom side, Steve, and again he somewhat stays relatively low through 1, but down on the exit of turn number 2, he's right up on that inside berm and finding that moisture, and then obviously allowing him to get by Sizemore. But we keep an eye on Robert Tucker, who is trying to catch back up to Dalton Cloyd. Cloyd got by him, and the yellow flag is going to come out.
And it looks like it's the James Grace involved, Mario Perez involved, and Eric Scalf again at the 26.
Yeah, those couple of cars that were involved in it the first time. And if you take a look here, it's your Wicked Cushion instant replay. It was Perez who who got those left front tyres up on that inside berm, and Grace just gives him a little bit of a tap from behind. Scout nowhere to go on that exchange, unfortunately. And again, that's going to put the 71 around with the 269 and the 26. James Grace and Eric Scout with a little bit of damage. But boy, oh boy, Mario Perez not having the night that he would have liked to. As we come back to live pictures here from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Right here, we are live on the World of Thunder Racing League Facebook page. We're live on the Ultimate Dirt TV Facebook page. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and follow button. Keep up to date with all the sim racing we've got throughout the week. And of course, we're live on YouTube, youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit that subscribe button, doesn't cost a thing. And we're almost at 1,000 subs. We're about 100 on the way. And we just need your help getting there. So if you could do that for us, that would be much appreciated.
So, a lot of people are asking, about MDM. We took, basically, we all MDM drivers of nobodies, because basically no one knew who these drivers were. This group of people working as a team, creating setups, battling with the best, competing with the best. And let's go through where they're at right now. We got one in third spot. That's Brett Fair. You got Dustin Sizemore. You have Robert Tucker, Dalton Cloyd. And then you go down a little bit, you got Mitch Stiles in the 54 and Eric Scout. What a great team combination working together as what teams should do and showing what dominance can happen when you work together. I mean, you would never see these guys battling with Shad Prescott or Austin Carr a season ago.
Well, think about it this way. I think 7 of them turned up tonight. 6 of them made the show. The only car that didn't make the show happened to be Mitch Stiles. Poor old Mitch.
No, Mitch is in here.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in 12th spot.
Oh, he is too. I apologise. So there you go. All 7 made it then.
Yes, and you look right now. Green flags are in the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look at Shad Prescott run the bottom. You look at Austin Carr run the bottom this time. Brett Fair run the high side, hold up Dustin Sizemore just a little bit. John Alatek now moved up in that 5th spot in car number 125.
Just going back to about the 16th, 17th position, Steve, though, with 3 wide. Payne got around the outside of the 19 of Burton. I believe that is in the 19. Yes, in 16th position. Car into the wall. Look out, boys. Oh, no. Here we go. Some contact with a car. That's Terrell Payne in the 57. Kenneth Payne got caught up in that in both Paynes. That could have been painful, Steve.
Yes. And I forgot. That's right, because you know what? I forgot something. My bad. I'm going through these drivers. It's Terrell Payne's on Team MDM, so I might just...
So we make that 8.
That make that 8. I don't want to say the F word, but I F'd up.
Fruit Loops. Fudge. You can say fudge, Steve. It's okay.
Fudge.
Yep. I mean, do you really want to sort of test the limits here? Fire truck. You good, mate? You good?
I'm good. I'm just trying. Don't stop on.
Yeah. Stop being on race control. Get off the race control comms, mate. Oh, it's fine. But we are under the yellow flag conditions here on board with your race leader of Austin Carr. He's finally gotten to the front. And again, tomorrow night, the 360 non-wing sprint car series travels to the Lernerville Speedway. We'll be covering that here on Ultimate Dirt TV and, of course, on the World of Thunder Racing League Facebook page as well. As there goes Steve, just chatting to the some of the drivers. And we're going to be doing a live stream here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll be live on Facebook and YouTube as well. As the lights will turn off on the pace truck this time by, as we welcome back in the voice of World of Thunder, Steve McMillan.
As you see BJ say, yes, Steve, I got this. Double file restart. We're going green flag racing. And you look right now, Austin Carr and Shad Prescott side by side. And then you have Brett Fair and John Alatek in row number 2, Dustin Sizemore and Cloyd in row 3. Then you have the 25, Jarrett Murphy and Rod Tucker on his outside. Then Then you have the 32 of Jordan Casey and Mitch Stiles. Green flag is out. The Cuban leading the field to the green flag on this restart. As you look, Brett Fair going to the bottom. He's in second, battling for the lead as exit turn number 2, but the two drivers get the run on the back straightaway. Fair's really strong, Brett, in the turns.
Yeah, that he is. And I did say that that bottom side is going to come back in later on in this race once this top side really starts to wear out, and we're seeing a lot of the drivers work up on that outside of the racetrack and really fight that cushion through 1 and 2. They'll do the same through 3 and 4. We've got a slide job here by Alatic, and John Alatic up to position number 4, Steve. And he was the driver that we spoke about during the heat race. He had to come from the B main. He has started 15th and he's made his way up to position number 5. But have a look at Brent Fair get by Shad Prescott down into turn number 3.
I can tell you this, I'm just so excited and I just can't stand it.
Yep, it's the $1,000,000 Motorsports.
When you see a driver work run this good, I mean, how can you not be excited for the guy?
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job, I must say, and just sort of watching him over the past couple of seasons. But boy, I tell you what, Alatic under heavy pressure here from Dalton Cloyd and also Jarrett Murphy as well. Remember, he had to come from the B main as well. So Murphy looking for that top 5 right now in the number 25 machine. Is Brent Fair just starting to slip up and check up just a little bit there in 3 and 4, makes those few little mistakes as he goes down to the bottom side. Alatic runs the middle to slider line right now. And Alatic looking to get by the 013 to Brent Fair.
As you look right now, I mean, Brent Fair running the bottom. He's dead on the bottom, Brett. Grabbing all that moisture he can from down there, and it's working well for his car. But you look at the Cuban, he's using the top side. Everything the top side next to the wall he can get to, he's using it.
Hey, he's just driving away from this field looking. I think he picked up a league race win last night, and we're looking for another right now as they see the drivers coming to turn number 3. Into 1 and 2 out of 3 and 4. I must say, 35 and a bit laps to go right now, Steve. We're closing in on halfway.
Closing in on halfway, and Carr continuing to pull away from Chad Prescott in that second spot. And you look at John Alatic and Murphy side by side for 4th right there. Alatic to the bottom. Murphy, last year's champion, the Ron Bishop Auto Body Pro Late Model Development Series, currently in 4th as he goes into turn number 3.
Murphy started 13th. Alatic started 15th, so they started behind one another. And you can almost say that they've come up through the field simultaneously. Keep an eye on the 32S. Jordan Casey normally runs the 42. Looking to get by Dustin Sizemore, and that will be for 7th position. And you almost wonder, Steve, if these if Casey is able to get a yellows at the right times, there is every chance that 42 machine for D1RT is going to drive to the front of the field.
Definitely that, and I've been watching a battle for 9th and 10th on the field. At 9th place, it's Rob Tucker, Mitch Stiles battling with Joshua Burton for 10th spot there, as Mitch Stiles started deep in the field too from the B main.
Started 21st.
Yes, 21st. You look at Eric Scalf, had to go to the rear twice. He's back up into 13th spot. Anybody watching, cheering him on back at home. He's in 13th, working his way up front.
Comparing,
go back. Oh, go ahead, Brett.
No, you talk. I was just going to compare lap times.
Because you look right now, the Cuban is really still taking away. He's pulling away every lap basically from Shad Prescott. Yeah,
and that's what I was just going to compare. Lap times. 19.3s at the moment. There's only a couple of drivers that are in that 19.3s, and Brent Fair, I got to say, he's turning similar sort of lap times right now to your race leader. But we're going to go back to that one because that was a good 2 and 3 wide battle they had. 4 cars: Stiles, Scalf, Burton, and Skinner now, as they're going to go 3 wide down into 1 and 2. Scalf just broke away from that 3 wide formation. This is a battle for 12th or 11th and 12th on the racetrack at the moment. Some good battles. And I'm just sort of keeping an eye, Steve, on the times between Prescott and Brent Fair as well, because Fair just a couple of laps ago, he was only a tenth and a bit off your second place driver of Shad Prescott.
And you know, you can run with people like Shad Prescott with D1RT. You got to think that team practices all the time. They race all the time together. And their team's constantly working on setups. Just look at Brett Fair. I mean, for that just tells you how much Daniel Passmore and Eric Scalf has worked with the MDM team to get them where they are today.
Oh, he's got problems. He's got problems. He pulled into the infield.
Oh.
Surely not a fuel issue. Surely not.
Looks like that might be the problem for the 13 car out of fuel.
You hate to see it. Running in third as well.
Wow.
Is that just not heartbreaking, Steve? We just watch this car pull onto pit road. It is done. He's finished.
But he gave it his all, ladies and gentlemen, and he could say something. He ran with the best up front. And that's all right, because you know what? Dalton Cloyd now in 5th spot for MTM. Doing a great job there. And he has a teammate, Robert Tucker, in 7th, Dustin Sizemore, and Eric Scalf in 9th. And Mitch Stiles is in 11th.
A bunch of these MDM drivers running inside the top 10. We'll go top 11 just to include Stiles so he doesn't feel out of place. But again, we got 3 of these MDM drivers, in fact, on screen at the moment, having a bit of a Jim Dandy of a battle. Robert Tucker, Dustin Sizemore, and Eric Scalp as they continue to go side by side. The 12 of Tucker and the 11 there of Sizemore. And is that the theme? Run the blue and white cars for Tucker and Scalp, or do you guys run different colours?
Well, in another league that they run on Wednesday nights, this is their team cars. They get team points and stuff like that. Now, they'll be changing their colors up in a little bit, but that's what it basically is.
All right, no worries. Sweet as. We got closing in on 20 to go, Steve. 21, in fact, this time by, but man, nearly a 3.5 second lead for your race leader, Austin Carr, on screen. John Alatic closing the gap on Jarrett Murphy for that 3rd podium position, and we'll see if he can get it done. There's 20 to run, Steve. 2/3 of the race distance is complete. 1/3 left, 20 to go.
Well, you know, right now, Jordan Casey's in that 5th spot, and Dalton is in 6th, but he's not letting Casey get too far ahead of him. In fact, they look pretty even.
Yeah, they are. Look, just going to go back a little further. Stiles, Burton, Grace, and Travis Card. Those drivers locked in a bit of a battle as well. So we've got a couple of packs of cars of 3 and 4 that are just throwing sliders on each other, and we're really making this race very good. As we went 4 wide, then off turn 4, Card and Burton got together, but now it's going to be Stiles to throw the slider on James Grace. Grace will look to turn it back underneath. You know, tucks in behind the 54. They stay high into turn number 1 and 2.
You look at Grace, I mean, last year, you saw him in the 410s. Oh, we got caution on the raceway. Tucker. And we're going to go to your Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. The 12 here of Robert Tucker. What happens? Just jumps the cushion into the wall, come down into Skinner, and oh, both cars heavy contact into the wall. And I guess Skinner just unfortunately sort of wrong place, wrong time. Nothing that he could do. But again, I mean, Steve, you know just as as well, if you jump that cushion into the wall, once you come off that wall and cushion, it throws your car hard left, and we know, Robert Tucker's not trying to do that intentionally. But yeah, that just it sucks for both drivers, because both drivers were running inside the top 10, and now Tucker's got heavy damage, and Skinner, he's going to have heavy damage as well.
Yes, I mean, you know, the 20. I mean, you look at the 12 car. I mean, when you hit that wall here, it sucks you in. Then it like releases you and it throws you. I mean, you just got to pray no one's in the inside of you when it lets you go.
Well, it's a timely yellow for some of these drivers. It is going to bunch the field back up, And we are going to be inside of 15 laps. I think we're looking at about 13 or 14 laps to go. It'll be 13, in fact, when we go back to the green flag conditions. Steve, it's going to help the likes of maybe Prescott to get, he's got another chance to get by Austin Carr. But this also brings in John Ellertick and Jordan Casey in 4th and 5th position to maybe do something with your top 3. Cars getting into rows of 2x2. 50 to make that, or technically 47 complete, but we'll say 52 complete of the 65 on the iRacing.com ticker.
And you look out, the 26 E-car of Eric Scalf. He's now moved up into that 7th spot. All right, lights are off on the base track. We'll go green flag action again. Austin Carr and Shad Prescott leading the field to the green. Base track pulls off. The Cuban on the lap pedal. We're racing, hopefully, for the final restart of the night. Shad Prescott goes to the bottom. The Cuban goes to the high side. Look at Murphy putting pressure on Prescott's exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As you look, Austin Carr, he has company. As you look right now, you see Shad Prescott. He's trying to put pressure on the Cuban. He inches ahead of him, but the Cuban will have momentum exiting turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Eric Scalf moving in the 6th spot, are now in 5th spot. He is in with Jordan Casey in 4th. Look at Jarrett Murphy, last season's points champion, in that 3rd spot.
Yeah, they went 3 wide. Now Prescott trying to put the move there on Austin Carr into turn number 1 and 2, but Carr just powerful in that number 1 machine. Went back to the outside and he will reclaim that top spot, but Murphy trying to hold on to 3rd over Jordan Casey and Eric Scalf. Carr once again, he's finding it a little difficult to run on the top side, Steve. And again, this top side might be starting to go away somewhat. And this is bringing the bottom side back in. Of course, look who's down low. Shad Prescott and Eric Scalf.
And we got caution on the racetrack, and it looks like it's going to be the 54 car and the 2 car involved. And Travis Card, I would say, probably was the person to cause that. So go ahead, Brett, with the Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Alright, here we go. Your Wicked Cushion instant replay for tonight. We keep an eye on the C1 or the 1C black and green machine. Just comes up into style. We might try to get a better view of that, because that almost looked like that sort of both cars were at fault on that one. But yeah, I tell you, it wouldn't like to be race control on this one. I think maybe Styles came down because Cloyd was into the wall. Yeah, more so, I think more so Card just came up into Mitch Styles a little bit. Was that Payne going for a ride? Someone went for a massive ride.
That was Payne going for a ride. That was Kenneth Payne.
Yeah, KDP. Kenneth Payne.
Tough break for Mitch Styles. But he currently sits 14th on the grid. Lights should go out on the pace track this time as they double up. It'd be Austin Carr and Shad Prescott in your front row. Jarrett Murphy and Eric Scalf in row number 2. Row 3 is Jordan Casey and John Alatek. Dustin Sizemore, James Grace in row 4. Row 5 is Jason Skinner and Joshua Burton. Barry Sorensen and Dalton Claude. 11th and 12th, 13th is Kenneth Payne and Mitch Styles, Travis Card and Robert Tucker, Todd Hook, Mario Perez, and Tanner Folds. Lights are out of the pace truck, Brett. The pace truck pulling into the infield. The field picking up. Green flag is out. The Cuban on the loud pedal. He cuts the nose off of the 14. Look at the 14 sliding up, trying to make something happen. He takes the lead for a little bit, but the momentum for the 1 car pushes him back into the lead as they go down the back straightaway. Now look. They're side by side for lead, and look who's sticking his nose in. Car number 26 of Eric Scalf, now in that 3rd spot.
Do you tell you what, this is a great race for the top position right now. Prescott slides up in front of Carr. Scalf now starting to come into the mix, and yellow is out. And does Prescott have the lead here? Because if he does, boy oh boy, late drama in this one. And that's going to put us into a green-white checker, Steve.
Hey, yes, a green-white checkered here for the World Thunder Pro Late Model Series presented by the Hub Racing Giveaways as a title sponsor. Don't forget to check out dirtfan.com on Facebook and on their website. And also, Ultimate Dirt TV. Check them out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Make sure to subscribe and follow them on Facebook.
So Prescott is going to have the race lead. And talk about, Steve, we spoke at the night, luck. Yeah, you've got to have luck to win these races. How about Austin Carr was out by, I think, nearly 4 seconds. A yellow flag comes out. We get a couple of laps in, another yellow flag comes out again, and all of a sudden, he finds himself in second position.
Yes, and reading the thing, Daniel says that Brett Fair didn't run out of gas, FYI. He had a small emergency he had to go to.
I'd rather say run out of gas.
There you go.
I hope that emergency's alright.
There you go. Only hope and pray, right?
You know it, buddy. You know it. Lights are out on the pace truck this time by Steve. Once we go green flag action, it's a green-white checker. It's 2 circuits. These drivers are 1 mile away from finding out. We're going to find out which driver goes to victory lane, parks it on the front straightaway, and which driver is going to come home second and third, and will in fact park on the front stretch.
All right, Chad Prescott and Austin Carr leading the field to the green flag. Base truck looking to pull off as he goes into turn number 4. Green flag is out. Chad Prescott on the loud pedal. Green, green, green. As you look at Eric Scalf, he goes to the bottom. Look at Carr to the top. Eric Scalf trying to take over second spot. Carr with momentum on the high side. Will he make it around Chad Prescott? Now he goes down to the bottom, kind of cuts off the nose, but look at Eric Scalf. Carr into the wall. Eric Scalf in that second spot, exiting turn number 4 down the front straightaway. White flag, 1 lap to go. As Carr's in the wall again. He's falling back. He must have heavy damage. Coming to the last time out, turn number 4 to take the checker flag. It's going to be the 14 of Chad Prescott. Eric Scalf in second. John Alatek in car number 125. Third, Jordan Casey. Fourth. Fifth is Jarrett Murphy. Jason Skinner 6th. Joshua Burton 7th. Barry Sorensen 8th. Austin Carr 9th. Dustin Sizemore 10th. James Grace 11th. Dalton 12th. 13th is Mitch Stiles. Kenneth Payne 14th. 15th is Robert Tucker. Travis Card 16th. Todd Hook 17th. Brett Fair will come on 18th. Tyler Batten 19th. Tanner Folds will come on 20th. Mario Perez 21st. Earl Payne will come on 22nd, and Scott Schroyer will come on 23rd tonight, Brett. And let's see, do we have anybody getting in here yet? They've been told under race control they had 1 minute getting team speak for the interview. So we're just waiting and see if they come. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do.
That's right. I love a good that's right, Steve. Oh, there we go. We've got first and second. We're just awaiting our third place drive. But Steve, let's go down to victory lane. Who you're standing by with our race winner of Chad Prescott.
All right, we're with Chad Prescott. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Brett.
All right, we are in victory lane here with car number 14 for D1RT Racing, Shad Prescott. Shad, congratulations on this victory. I'm going to say you kind of lucked out on this one.
Oh yeah, I'd say so. Car was easily the best car in that race, but them guys just couldn't bring themselves to quit wrecking there at the end, and just it gave me too many opportunities, and I got lucky right there when I was throwing a slide job and the caution come out, so it gave me the lead. And after that, I mean, I kind of knew it'd be hard for him to get anything going with just that few laps left.
Talk about what it was like with those last 5 laps when you got to the lead and the yellow comes out. And the yellow comes out, you had him just by the probably a front nose or a front bumper. What was going through your mind then when you were going to restart? In this in that pole position.
Yeah, I knew the top line once you got going in a run was probably the fastest line on the track, but I was just way too tight. I was good up there at the beginning when it was real wide, and then once it's out and the cushion got bigger, I would get super tight, and it was killing all my speed right there. So I had to move to the slider line and run the bottom in 3 and 4. Otherwise, I just get way tight and get to the wall and have to lift. So I knew then that would be my only option is to run the slider line 1 and 2, and then just run the bottom in 3 and 4 and let it be what it would.
Well, congratulations on this victory here at the Knoxville Raceway. You open up the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways Pro Late Model Season with the win here at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll let you get out of it and celebrate, but before we do let you go, we'll throw the mic back to you one final time. Sponsors, shout out to all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on this 14M machine?
Yeah, I just got to thank Eddie Livingston, all the guys over at D1RT. Jordan said he wanted a special shout out, so I guess I go ahead and thank him too. And got to thank Brett Laidhoff and you guys for the broadcast, and Steven World of Thunder for the great race as always.
All right, Shad Prescott there, your winner here tonight from the Knoxville Raceway. Steve, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, you can do second and third since I took the win. We'll bring up our second place driver here tonight. Standing by with Steve McMillan, it's Eric Scalf.
Well, congratulations, Eric Scalf, on your second place finish tonight. We won't mention what I did when I set the race tonight because I forgot to do something I noticed, but it helped you out in the long run and helped actually a couple of drivers out. But you went to the rear several times and you finally finished second at the end of the race when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it was a pretty frustrating night at the beginning, getting everything going and trying to fight through traffic and guys going every which way and just trying to weave my way through. I had some bad luck early on, but caught a few little breaks there and was able just to stay patient, calm myself back down, and come back up to the second place finish.
Well, definitely, tonight you've been working hard with the MDM team. It showed. I mean, battling up front, you had like 4 or 5 drivers side by side. I mean, you had Brett Fair running in the top 2 and 3 most of the night when he was running before he had to leave. I mean, what more as someone that's leading the team? Tell me what this does for you, because in a way, as me owning the team, I feel really excited. And I know Daniel Passmore does the same thing. He's pumped up when he sees this. When I see it, I'm pumped up. What does this do for you?
Man, every time we see our guys just run good here lately, it just does wonders for me. Just being able to lead these guys by example and just show them that, hey, hard work, you guys can't get up to where we're at right now, and just stick with it and keep the work up. And we're going places this year. I see a lot of big improvements this year.
Definitely, sir. So who would you like to thank making it all possible for you to run tonight?
I'd like to thank you guys here at Ultimate Dirt TV. You, Steve, everything you do for the league. MDM Motorsports.
I want to play Minecraft.
The Race Hub.
I want to play Minecraft.
I think you're being told. Wrap this up, Dad. Come on, let's go. They want to play Minecraft.
Yeah, we got Minecraft to get to, so thanks everybody on the MDM Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, World of Thunder Racing League, iCore, the Race Hub, DirtFan.com, and everything you guys do for us, man. It's awesome. Thanks.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Good luck tomorrow night.
Hey, thanks a lot. Hopefully this momentum continues.
Well, it's looking that way. I'm proud of y'all. All right. Coming home in third place tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, coming on third place is John Alatek. Congratulations, sir. What a great run you had tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. It was a lot of fun out there.
Last season the Pro Late Balls was actually closed off. It was the development series, and we had a lot of new faces last season. This season we opened it up. And the thing about it is, one thing we have learned is not about the how many cars we have. It's the quality of drivers we have. And tonight we have a lower car count. But wouldn't you say the quality of driving was a little bit better?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we had a really good green flag stretch there. Everybody, drove pretty respectfully and, led off for guys, and it was a good show.
Well, tell us how the track was feeling for you. 60 green flag laps, or, well, not 60, but a lot of green flag laps ran on this track. So tell us how the track felt for you.
Well, I kind of got in the session late, and, early on, I had, a certain setup that I worked on, and I completely threw a whole different setup in for the feature there. And the top was good for a while, like usual there, and then, man, I learned a lesson real quick when I got passed by about 3 guys on the bottom.
Well, are you going to try to run for a championship this season?
Yeah, might as well, man. I mean, I enjoy your league. I'm usually not that great at Knoxville. I kind of skip the supers here. It's track that's been tough on me. A little confidence in the pro late model here, I guess. Go a little bit.
Hey, sometimes that's all we need is a little confidence booster. Even the best. I mean, Wednesday night, or Sunday night, we had a different format tonight where we didn't qualify. In seasons past, we have qualifying. Tonight was, and Sunday night, we did draw. And for the first time, our three-time former champion, World Thunder Super Late Model driver, did not make the feature race. First time ever, John. So, do you like the new racing format that the World Thunder has put together?
I guess it kind of depends on how your night goes. It could go either way. I mean, I kind of screwed up in the heat race there because I was just a little too aggressive, and I pinched the guy off on the bottom. I should have just took my time and stayed up top. But I mean, it can help you some nights, and it can hurt you others, I guess.
But, one thing that a lot of people, I've got a lot of feedback that people do like it, and I do see the downside to it, but one thing is to see people smiling and laughing and having a good time. So, I ran with the best up front, and have never given an opportunity because, a lot of drivers, if you're not good at qualifying, you're always in the back in the heat races, and Sunday night we got to see a lot of people that were normally in the back actually race up front with the good, well-named drivers. To see them walk away with feeling they have momentum on their side, they're happy-go-lucky, they're bragging about it. As for me, it tells me that it changed the competition a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it help guys being able to run up front, and because those as Steve, I mean, running for an I race as long as you have, these top guys are as good as they get, man. It's very tough. They're very tough to beat, especially when they start up front, and just running with them on a consistent basis will just make anybody better, I think.
Totally agree. Well, who would you like to think making it all possible for you to run tonight, sir?
It's my team that me, Mario Perez, and Gavin Collins put together, Redline Motorsports. Our sponsors, we got Silver Fox Race Designs and Jay-Z Racing Photography, photos. And that's about it. And to my 2 teammates, Mario Perez was in the race, and Gavin couldn't make it tonight. Well, and thanks for the Ultimate Dirt TV and the World Thunder League.
Well, we appreciate you, John, and thank you for showing up tonight. And glad you had the top 3 finish, sir. And we'll see you next Sunday, maybe, or Wednesday night.
I'll be back for Lanier. I run good there in supers.
Well, what you should do? You should practice the trucks. We had 9 drivers last night race. It was the funnest race to have last night at Lanier. So get you a Camping World truck set going for the next race.
What's the next track there at?
The next track. Let's see here, because I know Brett don't know. Let's see here. Brett, do you know? I think it is Lanier they're at.
Oh, really? Yeah, I could try it out. Man, that'd be something interesting to work on. I have no idea how to set them up, but
I don't think half of them knew how to set it up, but
yeah.
it was fun. We had a lot of green flag action, but it's something to come try out just to see.
All right. Yeah, I'll talk to my guys. You know, we'll try to get some more people in there.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, and
right.
have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Thank you. Brett, back to you. All right. So, thank you for watching tonight, the World of Thunder Pro Late Ball Series, brought to you by our title sponsor, The Hub Racing Giveaways. I also like to thank DirtFan.com, Ultimate Dirt TV. We got a lot to thank. Brett, Lord have mercy. Give me 1 second. I can thank everybody. Let's see here. This is what we call announcing this unprepared. You can call me that tonight. But that's all right. Let me go to my stuff here. Yes, but hold on. Let's see here. MDM, Team Outlaw Motorsports, DDIW. And we got All Star Graphics. So that is our sponsors for Season 8. I also would like to thank Wicked Cushion. Brett, and who else? And World of Thunder. There you go. There you go. So what a great night. Some great racing action. And, you know, tomorrow night, the Wigless 360 Sprint Cars will be live on a different network tomorrow night. But me and Brett going to be working together in race control. I think Brett might maybe race. Oh, we kind of broke up there. I have no clue what you said. So race control. So it'll be on VRN or raceontexas.com on their YouTube page. And then next Sunday night, it'd be the World Thunder Super Late Ball Series at 5 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Eastern. Then the Fixed Modified Series at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Then we had the Wing 410 Sprint Cars at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow night is the Dirty Old Bastards, right? Oh, today's Tuesday, isn't it? Thursday is Dirty Old Bastards, and they'll be at 8 p.m. Central. 8 Central, 9 Eastern. So catch up with all of Ultimate Dirt TV's live broadcasts. You can follow them on Facebook, or you can go to your YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Brett Wheeler and me, Steve McMillan, we'll sign off. We'll see you next time.